Hi, Professor Dave, or anyone that's watching this. My name is Emmeline. This is for my networking class, and today I'm going to create a Raspberry Pi VPN Tor router. So the router would be something portable that I can use. It will be used, the Raspberry Pi will be configured with Linux and some extra software to connect to a VPN server. And the point of the VPN connection is so it encrypts my traffic, so no hacker can view the websites that I'm looking at, or websites can figure out the source of where I'm viewing these websites. This project I got from makezine.com. It was posted by Tony Gaitis. Here are the components to the project. It's a Raspberry Pi, a power supply, a micro SD reader, an SD card, and 2 Wi-Fi dongles. So here is the SD reader. I'm just showing it to you guys. Here's the power supply that I'll be using. This is one of the Wi-Fi dongles that I got from ThinkSphere. And this is the micro SD card that I will be using. So the first step is that I'm going to remove the micro SD and put it into the reader so then I can flash it. Of course, I dropped it, so I'm going to do it again. And I just want to make sure when I plug it into my computer that it flashes blue, because that means it's working. And we're ready to go. So right now I'm going to raspberrypi.org/download so I can download the latest version of Raspbian, the desktop image. So the latest version is Buster. I'm going to let that download, and when it's completely downloaded, I'm going to unzip the file. I'm going to open up Terminal right now so then I can look at what disk I'm using. I'm using disk 2. At this point, I'm going to drag the unzipped file to my desktop so it's easily accessible. I'm going to pull up disk utility so I can view the micro SD. I'm going to also open my terminal because I'm going to need that later for when I flash the SD card. At this point, I'm going to rename the SD card to Raspberry and format it to FAT. I'm also going to erase the data from it as well. And before I do anything, I am also going to unmount it. And then I'm going to flash the SD card with the file image. So here I am looking for my file image. I did put in the wrong path the first time, so it didn't work out as I expected it to work out. I waited a long time, and then I figured out from Nick McLeod on a post that on macOS, the correct syntax is not rdisk2, it's just disk2. So thanks, Nick McLeod. So not only did I have the wrong path, but I had the wrong syntax, and I figured it out, and I got the right syntax, and they went through perfectly.
Oh, okay. All right. Made some moves. Wow.
So after it finally started up, I enabled SSH on it. I expanded the SD card and I tried to update it, but it wouldn't update. And I thought that was weird, so I ignored it and I tried to just continue on with the project by trying to connect to GitHub so I can access the repository, and I was unable to establish the connection. And I thought that was really weird, so I checked my browser, and it turns out I was losing connection everywhere. When I looked at my browser, the connection was interrupted. I tried again a few minutes later and the site couldn't be reached. There was constant misconnection, and then I realized Rutgers policy doesn't allow students to bring routers on campus, otherwise it would be blocked. So currently I think I'm blocked, but I will try again at a different location. So what I learned today, at least for this first part of the project, was that one, I had the wrong syntax for a lot of things for just flashing the SD card. Second, I didn't check the Rutgers rules for if I can bring a router or not, so I should have probably checked that. And it took me a lot longer to flash the SD card because I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. And it took me a really long time to just boot up Raspberry Pi, Raspberry rather. So going further, I'm definitely gonna put in more work towards this project because I've only completed step 2, technically step 3 because I connected to internet at some point. So step 2 out of 7, I still have 5 more steps, and that'll be for the next video.